Hi guys, welcome to algebra class, and this time I'm gonna go over the last portion of this test. Mainly it's a calculator session, so I cannot really show it to you. And I'm gonna go over some some solve questions that you have to solve it by hand. So question number 5, I'll come back to this, but let's go over question number 6. Question number 6 is like what value of x makes this equation true? So it's a straight up and solve question. Whenever you see this word, it's almost always straight up and solve, okay? So it's the menu 31. Just always get a new document first and go to calculate and then use this one, okay? Now, question number 7. Now it's a table. So get a new document and don't save anything, and you're gonna see some list. Out of list, you're gonna click 4, which it says list and spreadsheets. So you're gonna see this one. Don't forget to put x and y, and it's just plugging all the data in. And this is what you have to memorize. Calculator like document 4, 7, and you're gonna see some dots. Make sure you put x and y axis. After that, you're gonna click menu 4, 6, and you have two options: quadratic or exponential. Almost always it's a quadratic, and as you can see, this answer choice is a quadratic, so it's gonna be quadratic. But sometimes you're gonna get 8, which is exponential. But in this question, it's gonna be 4 because you're talking about the speed, and speed is not exponential. Okay, so if you look at question number 10, it's the same thing. But do you see your answer is not equation, it's a number. So what you gotta do is you have to do exactly same thing that you have done here. So you're gonna find the equation. Your equation should look like y equals maybe 0, like I don't know the number. So if you have a calculate something times x squared plus minus or minus plus whatever, something x plus minus like or plus or minus, I don't know, minus 800 or something like that, okay? Now, if you see plus minus together, you can just use minus. Just be careful, there's a difference between negative and minus in the calculator. If you're not sure, just use plus and minus together, okay? Now, read the question carefully. This one is about electricity and amount of electric bill. So that's a quadratic, that's what we got here. And number that is given to you is a 55. If your answer looks like this, your question will give you some kind of number to plug in, 55. Now, do I have to plug it to the y or x? You have to be careful. 55 degree is a temperature, which is an x value. So you're gonna plug this one into the x value here. Instead of x, I'm gonna plug in 55. I have something like that, and 55 minus 800. I'm not even sure if it is 800, but something like that. And then you're gonna use and solve, okay? Now, do you see it has a y equals? So you gotta put comma y. Just don't get confused with this, okay? It's not comma x, it's a comma y. Now, question number 11, same thing. It's easy. Whenever you have this question, what you're gonna do is you will just copy this question down. Just be careful where to plug this number in. 260 centimeters. So if you look at this question, the shoulder height in centimeter of the elephant is modeled by this function, where t is the age, so that's an age, and h of t is going to be the height. What is the approximate age of the elephant? So you're looking for t. So 260 centimeter, that's not an age, so that one should be the height. So you're going to plug it here. So it's going to be 260 is equal to 62.5 cube root of t plus 75.8. And then you're going to use and solve. And then this one, since you use t, you got to put comma t. Just be careful. Do you see this cube root? It's not this the third power. You got to find it from right next to x. Or you have to know where to find it in the calculator, okay? So be careful with that. So same thing here. You're going to use same method that I used here or here. Just be careful. It's an exponential because do you see it? We are talking about the population. So that's the exponential, which is number 8. That's what you gotta be careful. So these two cannot be the answer, okay? Exponential, you guys are keep asking me when is it gonna be the exponential. I already taught you about the three condition: population, bio, and interest rate. Interest rate means such as like credit card or price of car or stuff like that, okay? Now, question number 17 is slightly different. Do you see y varies inversely is x? So I already showed this one to you in the last video. It's going to be y times x equals y times x. But why am I going over this one in this video? Because in this video, they give you three numbers. So I'm going to plug this one in. 15 times negative 8 equals negative 7.5 times x. Do you see they give you another number like that? So in fact, this one is easier. What you have to do is you got to put this one into the end solve. Now, do you see I have an x? So it's going to be just comma x. And you get the answer. So 21 and 22, I'm going to go over this one later. This one is also straight up end solve. So it's the menu 31. So you can do this one by yourself. Yep, so only thing I have to go over is the 21, 22, and number 5. So let me go over this one. Question number 5. It says, what is an exponential form of the equation here? Very easy. It's a logarithmic. Always circle the base. So what you have to do is beautiful curve. So remember, base become a base. So 5 to the, what's another number that I circled? 2x minus 1 is equal to 10. That's it. One step. So answer is going to be D. So if you have this question, you should rejoice because that's like straight up like one step question. But if you have an inverse function like this one requires more steps. I taught you how to use calculator for some of y'all, but you should be able to do it by hand. So do you see this inverse function? What you gotta do is f of x is considered as a y, so you switch x and y. 2 times e to the y minus 1 plus 3. And then you solve for y. So do you see y is an exponent? It is right here. I have a base e. But I cannot get rid of this one yet because 3 and 2 is bothering me. So I'm going to get rid of this one first. So I'm going to do minus 3 first. So I have x minus 3 equals 2 times e to the y minus 1. After that, I'm going to divide by 2 because 2 is still bothering me. So I have x minus 3 over 2 is equal to e to the y minus 1. Now I can get rid of this base because there's no number that bothers me. So what's the opposite of base e? Natural log, both sides, because there's a hidden number e of the natural log. So that disappears. So I have y minus 1 equals natural log of x minus 3 over 2. And what you have to do at the end is just do plus 1 both sides. So you get natural log of x minus 3 over 2 plus 1 equals y. So answer is going to be D. Then what's question number 22 going to be? I mean, it's simple. Also, you're trying for inverse functions. So switch x and y. So it's going to be x equals 6 times log base 7 y minus 2. Now, y minus 2 is inside this log, so I want to get rid of this, but one number bothers me. If there's another number here, you got to add or subtract, but I don't have it. So that's the only thing that I have to get rid of first. So I'm going to divide by 6 both sides. That's it. So these two disappear. I have x over 6 equals log with a base 7, y minus 2. Now, if you don't have any base here, there's a hidden base 10. If it was a natural log, there's a hidden base e. Just keep that in mind. But for this one, I'm going to circle the base. I'm going to do the beautiful curve. Base become a base. What is our base? 7. And another number that I circled is x over 6. And that is equal to y minus 2. What's the last thing that we have to do? Plus 2 both sides. So you get 7 to the x over 6 plus 2 equals y. So it's gonna be B. And that's about it. So now you should feel comfortable with ACP, and I believe you guys can do it well. And that's about it, guys. I trust you. Just believe in yourself, guys. I love you. You guys are my hero. See you next year. Say hi to me. Bye.